Today we'll be talking about our insecurities. Fun, right? I'm going somewhere with this. Anyway, Sambonan Dimalang, hello, Sifiso here and welcome back to my channel. As I've already mentioned, and you can tell from the title, we'll be talking about dealing with our insecurities. By all means, I'm not saying this is the way to go. This isn't like, you know, the gospel truth. It's just my experience and hopefully can inspire you to perhaps find your own way to handle insecurities, because something which I think we all deal with. As I've already mentioned, everyone has insecurities. Like, I'm sure even Beyonce, like, I'm sure she has something that she's insecure about, though I can't see any reason why she would be, but that's a topic for another day. But like me personally, like, I think that insecurities, they come in like two shapes, like two flavors, if you must. You get, you know, the more physical insecurities, like for example, you know, based on appearances and all that, but also get the more like, I don't know, I don't want to say abstract, but more like thoughts wise, more based on thoughts and perspectives. So a physical insecurity that I've always had, well, I'll mention two, is firstly my acne and secondly my weight. You know, acne is something I've dealt with for like, I think almost a decade now, and it's been an insecurity that's really held me back in terms of I wouldn't want to be in pictures with people. And being the person I am, I'd have to like perform on stage and stuff, and I'd always wonder, am I getting judged differently because of that? Like, it got so bad to a point where I even wondered, I don't even want to be my friend. I know, it's like, some people might think, what? It's not that deep, but that's the thing with insecurities. Is I feel like whoa, insecurities nearly choked me there. I feel like the thing with insecurities is they are irrational, you know, and they aren't necessarily based on the truth. And another insecurity of mine that I have with my weight is I grew up being like a chubby kid, but you know, also when I became like somewhat skinny, you look at these people who are getting all muscular, and it's just like, you know, I also had that thing of feeling like my body was never the right shape, never the right size. And I've now since, you know, now, and I'm gonna mention how I got to where I am at, now those two things no longer define me. I no longer allow them to control my life. But, you know, I feel like those insecurities, you know, are the one flavor, as I've mentioned. But then the second type, as I mean, are the more thought-wise. For example, I don't want to annoy people. Like, one of my insecurities, I don't want to ever come across as annoying. As I've mentioned in my video on Christianity, sometimes I'll find myself in situations where I feel like I want to talk about my faith, but I'm like, I don't want to annoy anyone. I don't want to, you know, come across as being pushy or anything like that. Me being like, I'm actually like, believe it or not, I'm actually like somewhat introverted, you know. So when I'm still getting to know someone, or once I start getting comfortable, I'm just like, I hope I'm not being too much. I hope, you know, even on my videos, I'm like, I hope I'm not doing too much. But like, yeah, those are my insecurities, you know. Just, you know, so I should just share them. But we're not stopping there. I'm not just gonna stop and just like dump my burdens on y'all. No, I'm gonna tell you guys how I went from those things sort of being a hindrance, and how now I've taken back the power with 3 mindsets or perspectives. However, it's not necessarily a 3-step program, no, because the thing is, this is a journey, you know. Every day I have to, you know, be conscious and be aware, which is actually the first mindset. Be aware, like, be aware of the insecurities that you have, because, and the thing is, I feel like, let me just put my water down there. The thing is with insecurities, you have to be aware of them, and also dig a little deep. There's that superficial part where it's like, yeah, I'm insecure about my skin, I'm insecure about my body weight, but you have to actually dig deep and be like, okay, what is this holding me back from? Like, I realized that because I'm so insecure of how I look, I'm not expressing myself the way I should or the way I want to. I'm not engaging with people, you know. I'm not capturing moments. Like, pictures yes, cool, we take pictures to flex on the gram, but it's also about capturing the moment for yourself. And I realized that I'm missing out on capturing those moments, because like when you look back at an event and people be like, but Sifiso, you were there, or Sifiso, why aren't there many pictures of you, or why are you doing this or that in the pictures? And so that's one of the things with insecurities. You have to be aware of them, be mindful. So also when life presents a challenge to you, or something happens, ask yourself, am I acting out of insecurity? Am I acting out of fear? Or is this genuinely what I believe? Is this genuinely where I am at? The second mindset would be to embrace who you are, not who you think you are or who other people think you are. Like, I'm currently reading this book, Stillness Speaks by Eckhart Tolle, and he talks about how we all have this mind-made image of who we are. This mind, like, I don't know, he describes, I forgot that word, the term he used, but like this self-made construct of who we are. We think we are our thoughts. Like, there's this quote, and like, let me just find it for y'all from the book. Give me a sec. Okay, so I found it. It says, I am not my thoughts, emotions, sense perceptions, and experiences. I am not the content of my life. I am life. I am the space in which all things happen. I am consciousness. I am the now. I am. Another point he makes in his book is that we are not our thoughts, but rather we are the awareness of our thoughts. Now, how I think the best way to describe that, you know, sometimes you'll get a thought and then you sort of, it's like, you know, you're thinking the thought, but you aren't the thought. Like, I don't know if that's making any sense at all. Like, oh my word. Guys, just read the book. Like, this is not sponsored, you know, just Stillness Speaks, Eckhart Tolle. And like any book, The Power of Now is also a good book by Eckhart Tolle. And I'm listening to, what's the name of this book? I'm gonna tell you now. A New Earth, Awakening Your Life's Purpose by Eckhart Tolle. Highly recommend it. But basically embracing who you truly are, and not, because I feel like a lot of us, we've subscribed to roles in our lives. You know, we've subscribed to, when I'm with my parents, I am the child, you know. When I'm at school, I'm a student. You know, we've got all these different roles, which, sure, yes, they play an integral part of who you are, but we shouldn't identify with them, you know. And I know that's taking a little bit of a detour from the insecurities chat we're having, but that's the thing. I think bringing it back home is that we shouldn't identify with insecurities. I am not fat. I am not skinny. I am, you know, I just am. I am not my skin. I am not my hair. That also used to be another insecurity of mine, but let's not get into that chat right now. But basically embrace who you are, not who you think you are. And also, we should stop trying to be who other people think we are, because I feel like a lot of us, we get caught in these mindsets, or we get caught up in trying to please people. And this is coming from me, like, I live for the people, okay? I live for the people. I will gladly lay down my own joy for other people, although of course within reason, there are limits. But, you know, basically embrace who you are. Like, I feel like I'm getting a little bit rambly, so let's move on to the third point. Live in the now. Live in the now, in the present moment. The thing is, I feel like a lot of insecurities, they can either be built either from a place of, you know, from past hurt, past experiences, because of comments people have said to you before, or because of future perceived threats. For example, the reason why, like I'll never forget this, you guys. This is so bad, don't laugh. But literally, a girl called me lunch bar because of how bad my acne was. And so, I'd always, like, you know, whenever someone, maybe I'd have a moment, someone's take a picture, or I'd take a selfie and I'd see all those pimples, I just hear her in the back of my mind calling me lunch bar, instead of being in the present moment, you know. And in terms of, like, future perceived threats, like, sometimes I'd think, because another thing, I also just wonder, like, okay, cool, so what if my friends one day just abandon me? Like, one day they just decide, you know what, Sifiso, this was great, this is fun, but bye, you know, or they just leave with no explanation. And why am I getting I feel like I'm getting emotional. But it's just live in the now, like, you know what, right here, right now, I'm having a good time with my friends. Right here, right now, I'm surrounded by loved ones, people who love me, and I shouldn't allow what people have said about me in the past. Hold that thought. But anyway, I think I'm just gonna end this video off with a little reading from Eckhart Tolle's Stillness Speaks. If I can just find what I'm trying to read. Thoughts, emotions, sense perceptions, and whatever you experience make up the content of your life. My life is what you derive your sense of self from, and my life is content, or so you believe. You continuously overlook the most obvious fact. Your innermost sense of I am has nothing to do with what happens in your life, nothing to do with content. That sense of I am is one with the now. It always remains the same, in childhood and old age, in health or sickness, in success or failure. The I am, the space of now, remains unchanged at its deepest level. It usually gets confused with content, and so you experience I am, or the now, only faintly and indirectly, through the content of your life. In other words, your sense of being becomes obscured by circumstances, your stream of thinking, and the many things of this world. The now becomes obscured by time. And so you forget your rootedness in being, your divine reality, and lose yourself in the world. Confusion, anger, depression, violence, and conflict arise when humans forget who they are. And basically, you're not your insecurities. You're not your insecurities. And yeah, that's where I want to leave this video off and say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, leave a kind comment down below, let's have a chat about this, and also hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. But until I see you guys in the next one, I love you so much. Bye bye.